core, really, at the heart of this book is your journey in the way we saw it as outsiders, but you take us behind the scenes. You were 18
Yeah.
when most of us saw you on television. You were 18 when we saw you at the airport with Mama Winnie and Julius Malema. You were a baby, in essence, when
Yeah.
things were unfolding around your sexuality. I mean, not your sexuality, about your gender.
Of
There is
course.
a question about sexuality in the book too, but it was about your gender. When that was happening, you
Yeah.
were a baby. When people tried to dissect your humanity on a global scale, just trying to make sense of that and being picked apart, and then making a decision now at your age to
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk me through the decision before I even delve even deeper into the book.
I think the decision based on that is that you, as a human, when people start talking about you, it's all about assumptions. You distance yourself a little bit, and then you just watch from the distance and say, okay, people are talking. They're talking about me. They don't know me. They don't know where I'm coming from. They don't know who am I. But the decision based on that, it was just me trying to protect myself from the public. Protect myself from the world. Just to say, look, I need to understand myself better before anyone can do. And for doing that, it has helped me a lot, especially mentally, physically. Now you can see that transition from 209 to 12 to 16. It was massive. I was matured enough to handle everything. Whilst then, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep quiet and just be me, because at the end of the day, from young age, I've been myself, and I loved myself. I loved my space. So, but then when the noise came in, I had to learn how to just silence it, pause, and have that time with myself. Ask myself if I can do this, if it's really right or wrong. But at the end of the day, as a human being, you must always have that room for disappointment. And for me, being a young child like that, it was like, oh, okay, I'm used to being, looked, differently. I'm used to being, talked, about. So if the media talks about me, it's good. There's no such thing as a bad publicity.
How about there is Mukhadi? Anyway,
No,
I
there's nothing
refuse.
like that. Because when people talk about you, that means you exist. That means
Makes you
you are
relevant.
alive, you are relevant, and you are the most, important person, in the country. But if they don't talk about you, you must know that there's something wrong about it. But when they talk about your difference, it starts, teaching you how to love yourself and understanding the being you are. Because if this, it's not wrong to be, different. It's good, because people will always talk about you, and they will groom you, they'll build you. Some, they'll try to destroy you. But if you're going to let the talks, define you, then it becomes a problem. But if you just sit and listen to your heart, feel yourself, and say, you know what, I am Hadi, I'm a woman, I'm fast, I know I'm different, I know my looks, stuff that. It's okay. I look at the mirror every day. I look at myself. I love what I see there. I love what reflects there. I don't. I do not. Take it serious when people say, "Ah, she's like a man." I know men how I look like. I know how I
You
talk.
know who you are.
I know who am I. You understand? And that it can build an individual. That's why when I'm 30, 32, I decided, you know what? I think I'm ready, to share my story. I'm ready, to talk about my experience, my life experience. I talk about my highs and lows. Talk about, when I felt I'm in a good space and I'm not. You understand? People need to understand that it's okay to be different.